That was light exercise for her. Next time she might actually get mad. She stood up and hoisted her backpack. I'm going. Then you're stupid. Can't save an idiot, Shane said flatly, and turned back to his game. He didn't look at her again as she started working the controls, firing with a vengeance. Don't tell them where you were last night. We don't need the hassle. Claire set her jaw angrily, chewed up some words and swallowed them. Then she went into the kitchen to grab some trash bags as she was stuffing them into her backpack. She heard the front door open and close. A plague upon all our houses, Eve yelled, and Claire heard the silver jingle of her keys hitting the hall table. Anybody alive in here? Yes, Shane snapped. He sounded as mad as Claire felt. Damn, replied cheerfully. I was so hoping. Claire came out of the kitchen and met Eve on her way up the hall. She was in plaid today. A red and black tartan skirt, black fishnet hose, clunky patent leather shoes with skulls on the toes, and a white men's shirt, suspenders, and a floor-length black leather coat. Her hair was up in 2 pigtails, fastened with a skull-themed bands. She smelled like coffee, fresh ground. There were some brown splatters on her shirt front. Oh, hey, Claire, she said and blinked. Where are you going? Funeral, Shane said on screen. A zombie shrieked and died gruesomely. Yeah? Cool. Whose? Hers, Shane said. Eve's eyes widened. Claire, you going back? Just some of my stuff. I figured if I show up every couple of days, let people see me, they'll think I'll still live here. There. Whoa. Bad idea. Bad. No cookie. You can't go back. Not by yourself. Why not? They're looking for you. Shane put the game on pause again. You think. Sorry. You think I didn't already tell her that? She's not listening. And you were going to let her just go? I'm not her mom. How about just her friend? He gave her a look that pretty clearly said, shut up. Eve glared back and then looked at Claire. Seriously. You just can't. It's dangerous. You have no idea if Monica's really gone at her patron and tagged you. You can't just, wander around. I'm not wandering around, Claire pointed out. I'm going to my dorm, picking up some clothes, going to class, and coming back. Going to class? Eve made helpless little flapping motions with her black fingernail hands. No, class. Are you kidding? Shane raised arm. Hello? Pointed out already. Whatever, Claire said, and stepped around Eve to walk down the hall to the front door. She heard Shane and Eve whispering fiercely behind her, but didn't wait. If she waited, she was going to lose her nerve. It was only a little after noon. Plenty of time to get to school, do the rest of her classes, stuff some clothes in a garbage bag, say enough hellos to make everything okay, then get home before dark. And it was after dark that was dangerous, right? If they were serious about the vampire thing, which she was starting to believe, just a teeny little bit. She opened the front door, stepped out, closed it, and walked out onto the porch. The air smelled sharp and crisp with heat. Eve must have been cooking in the coat. There were ripples of hot hair rising up from the concrete sidewalk, and the sun was a pale white dot in a washed denim sky. She was halfway to the sidewalk where Eve's big car lurked, when the door slammed behind her. Wait! Eve blurted, and came hurrying after, with the leather coat flapping in the hot wind. I can't let you do this. Claire kept walking. The sun burnt on the sore spot on her head and on her bruises. Her ankle was still sore, but not enough to bother her that much. She'd just have to be careful. Eve darted around her to face her, then danced backward when Claire kept walking. Seriously? This is dumb, Claire. And you don't strike me as somebody with a death wish. I mean, I have a death wish. It takes one to know one. Okay? Stop. Just stop. She put out a hand, palm out, and Claire stopped shooting just a few inches away. You're going. I get that. At least let me drive you. You shouldn't be walking. This way I can call Shane if anything happens, and at least you'll have somebody standing by. I don't want to get you guys into any trouble. Michael had been pretty specific about that. That's why Shane's not coming. Well, he attracts trouble, like TV screens attract dust. Besides, it's... better not to put him anywhere near Monica. Bad things happen. Eve unlocked the car doors. You have to call shotgun. What? You have to call shotgun to get in the passenger seat. But nobody else is. I'm just telling you, just get used to the idea. Because if Shane was here, he'd already have it, and you'd be in the back. Claire felt stupid even trying to say shotgun? Keep practicing. Gotta be fast on the trigger around here. Claire had the Claire? What? The car had slick vinyl seats, cracked and peeling, and aftermarket seatbelts that didn't feel any too safe. Claire tried not to slide around on the upholstery too much as the big car jolted down the narrow, bumpy road. The shops looked as dim and uninviting as Claire remembered, and the pedestrians just as hunched on themselves. Eve? She asked. Why do people stay here? Why don't they leave? Eve, she asked. Why don't people stay here? Why don't they leave if, vampires? Good question, Eve said. People are funny that way. Adults anyway. Kids pick up and leave all the time. But adults get all bogged down. Houses, cars, jobs, kids. Once you have stuff, it's easy enough for the vamps to keep you on a leash. It takes a lot to make people just leave without being behind and run. Especially when they know they might not live long if they do. Oh crap, get down! Clara hooked the seatbelt and slithered down into the dark space in the dash. She didn't hesitate because Eve hadn't been kidding. That had been pure panic in her voice. What is it? She barely dared to whisper. Cop car, Eve said, and didn't move her lips. Coming right towards us. Stay down. She did. Eve nervously tapped fingernails on the hard plastic steering wheel, and then let out a sigh. Okay, he went past. Just stay down, though. He might come back. Claire did, bracing herself against the bumps in the road as Eve turned toward the campus. Another minute or two passed before Eve gave her the all-clear, and she flopped back into the seat and strapped in. That was close. What if they had seen me? Well, for starters, they'd have hauled me into the station for interfering, confiscated my car. Eve patted the steering wheel apologetically. And you'd have to just disappeared. But trust me, they're not exactly amateurs around here at making that happen. So let's just get this done and hope like hell your plan works, okay? Eve steered slowly through crowds of lunchtime students walking across the streets, hit the turnaround, and followed Claire's pointing directions toward the door. Howard Hall didn't look any prettier today than it had yesterday. The parking lot was only half full, and Eve cruised a big caddy into the parking space near the back. She clicked off the ignition and squinted at the sunlight glaring off the hood. Right, she said. You go in, get your stuff. Be back here in 15 minutes, or I start launching Operation Get Claire. Claire nodded. She wasn't feeling so good about this idea. Now that she was staring at the door's entrance, here, Eve was holding something out. A cell phone, thin and sleek. Shane's on speed dial. Just hit start too. And remember, 15 minutes. And then I freak out and start acting like your mom. Okay? Claire took the phone and slipped it into her pocket. Be right back. She hoped she didn't sound scared. Not too scared, anyway. There was something about having friends, even brand new ones, that helped keep the tremors out of her voice and shakes out of her hand. I'm not alone. I have backup. It was kind of a new sensation. Kind of nice, too. She got out of the car and waved awkwardly to Eve, who waved and replied, and turned to walk back into hell.